Okay, so is this guy a Cleveland YouTuber? Is he a Cleveland radio guy? I don't know. I just know that he does not have many followers, and it seems like he's an older guy, should have been more established. Maybe Tritley can bring up the audio here once again for you. What I have surmised, you're looking at a blowhard in Cleveland, did a report, and somehow the NFL news aggregators grabbed this and started retweeting it like Dove Kleiman. Like, what are we doing here? We're giving this thing legs. Guy's got 1,900 followers, said Browns and Cowboys got something cooking. Here we go.
Get ready for this one.
Get ready.
I got a pretty darn good source within the Browns organization. Couple. I heard since our last show that part of the reason Myles Garrett was so willing to sign this extension for contract, money. The Browns are negotiating as we speak with the Dallas Cowboys for a trade for Dak Prescott. And Garrett got all giddy about it.
Okay, that's enough right there. That pretty much paints the picture.
Got all giddy about it.
I mean, pretty darn good source.
Bruce Drennan.
Yeah, that's his name, Bruce Drennan?
Bruce Drennan from the Bruce Drennan Show.
Brucey D.
Now, I saw Sharif tweeting about this guy. He said,
Sean was giving him credit.
Not a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Not out here just making stuff up for tweets.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
Sean.
how that level of lunacy inside a report was captured, but I can't imagine he should have a lot of credibility. Maybe he's just kind of an unknown. Like, how can you connect those things? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess he's a member of the Ohio Radio TV Broadcasters Hall of Fame. Wow. So he did have his own radio show there for a while. He retired in 2021.
Ohio?
Yeah, well, I think this dude also has according to reports, career hit a rough patch in 2004, home raided by the FBI, IRS, part of a sports gambling investigation.
Okay.
That was about 20 years ago.
He agreed to a plea bargain in 2006.
So I guess
his comeback a year later was the Bruce Drennan Show.
Yeah, so he's been a mainstay for the most part. He's got that one hiccup with the FBI and IRS. Who doesn't? About 20 years ago, he's bounced back, and now he's a professional ball sacker.
So what was he doing to
for
get
bonus time with Drennan on the Big Play Network?
What did he do to get on the FBI radar?
So he pleaded guilty to 2 counts of filing false tax returns related to unreported gambling winnings and served 5 months in federal prison.
Oh, false tax returns for gambling.
Tried to ball sack the IRS.
So fraud. Yeah. I think this probably
fraud.
Yeah. This would probably go to I'm trying to be the next Peter Vesey kind of guy who just kind of makes stuff up, but for whatever reason it goes viral and everybody's talking about it, right? There's that equivalent across the sports world now. He's trying to become that guy.
Yeah.
Who floats semi-credible things and goes viral because there's so much money if you can get the engagement in social media.
I should have known when I saw that the company he reports for is Big Play Sports Fraudcasting Network.
Fraudcasting. There you go. It was full
right
circle.
there in front of our eyes.
Yeah, but
you guys do remember Bruce Drennan as an Indians broadcaster, right?
Yeah, he did. He did
Guardians.
Indians. Well, at that time it was Indians, and then play-by-play for the Cavs as well. But no, I did not remember him.
I've never heard of this guy until today,
as the Indians
James.
Color analyst.
Well, I've got a little bit of audio that might trigger y'all's memory.
Oh no!
Bring on some Bruce.
Here we go.
You can just simply pitch around Ramirez, keep walking him, don't give him anything to hit. The next guy, the good pitches down the middle, he won't swing at, but the ball's down around his ankles. He hits the shortstop into a double play. This has been going on for 2 years.
Right. I guess you missed a lot of the games that Reyes hit in the clutch last year, huh?
Oh, here we go.
No.
Oh, yeah. You're an idiot. You're an idiot and you don't know baseball.
I'm not an idiot.
No, you are an idiot. Listen, you're going to tell me you are judging? You don't know anything. You don't know squat, you stupid idiot. You're going to tell me you're going to make a judgment on the season after one game in 30-degree weather? That proves what an ignoramus you are. Get off our show.
I do remember this.
I do remember that, yes. Did he call him an ignoramus?
Yep, ignoramus.
Former GBAG of the Day champion.
Yeah.
Hey, nice pull.
That was a Carter Freeman. I'll give him credit on that one.
Way to go,
done,
Carter
boys.
Freeman. This guy's name's Bruce Drennan. He's a former play-by-play guy. So obviously not making it up then. I don't think he's making it up. Maybe he's fallen on hard times, and he is actually making it up. So I don't want to totally rule that out. But it seems like it's probably just a bad source.
Yeah, well,
you run into bad sources from time to time, don't you?
Get like a source that wants to float some crappy information, and they'll try and see like, okay, is this guy going to run with it, or who's he going to tell? And this might be one of those where they floated something out there, and Bruce got excited and he couldn't hold it in.
Thought he could trust somebody.
Yeah,
maybe he met somebody at the bar who's like, he'll never guess. I'm the IT guy.
You'll never know
for flipping the Browns. I got all their info.
Janitor.
Don't worry about the Dak no trade clause.
Got a real good source.
He wants to be in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's quite rich. I think there's at least 3 or 4 ways that it should probably be invalidated. But I mean, he's kind of an old school guy, this Bruce Drennan. Yeah. He might not think salary cap. He might just think, well, Howie Roseman can do whatever he wants to do, so there's teams probably doing that all the time.
I wonder if this was a face-to-face sourcing, though, or if this was somebody understanding, capitalizing on an older gentleman with some technological way. Maybe it's text, maybe it's social media stuff where he's getting the information the whole time. These kids are just laughing while they're playing video games.
Sports media catfishing, if you will.
Yeah.
Is what that would be. How about Cam Ward dissecting the Cowboys defense on film? The Miami QB specifically mentioned the team's use of 2 high safety looks and how he would attack it during a recent interview. Said, I think some teams in the league did a lot of 2 high stuff, like Dallas. They leave way too much space on the sideline down the seams. I just think the arm strength and the confidence I'm bringing, along with me getting my receivers better, I just think I'll be able to put the ball where I want. So, I mean, that's interesting for a couple of reasons, Brian, but the defense is going to be different with Matt Eberflus, right?
It is.
Probably more vanilla.
Probably a little bit more zone than what we've seen in the past with, with Zimmer with playing some of the man-man. I know with Dan it was really a lot of man-to-man heavy stuff. So, yeah, it's but this kind of gives you an idea too that maybe that they're looking at some safety help. We talked about with Makuba from Texas. They were down there looking at that workout and the fact that he's coming in as a 30-visit guy. Mm-hmm. I think that tells you that maybe we're not too happy with Hooker and then also with Wilson, that we're willing to maybe try and get some guys that can play with a little bit more range on that.
Yeah, good safeties I think is more important, and that's not a criticism of Zimmer's scheme. That's common around the league.
That's common around the league. Yeah.
But this should be it should be really fun, to see what Eberflus can do, especially when this thing gets healthy. Cowboys Wire gives us 5 veteran quarterback options. Do you think the Cowboys are interested in any of these guys? You got Bridgewater out there, Carson Wentz, Joe Flacco, Drew Lock, Tyler Huntley. The right answer, I think, is none of the above, Chuck. No. If Prescott goes down, we got to be in a race to the bottom.
I'm good. I'm good passing on all those names.
But we did learn, though, early in the week or last week that they are in on the Joe Milton stuff.
Okay.
And that the whispers I'm hearing from New England, they really don't want to trade the guy. But if they have to trade the guy, then they would probably consider a 5th-round pick. So
got a couple of those.
Yeah.
And league minimum salary. A lot of these veterans would be $4 or $5 million.
You're trading for his contract, so whatever. Yeah. I don't know his numbers of his contract.
It's not a lot of money. He was a late pick.
Yeah.
Cowboys Wire also firing off this take. Dak Prescott's shortcomings are impacting the club's coaching decisions and approach. Talking about how it's become a more of a quarterback running league, and you can't do that anymore with Dak. I think this is why the idea of using pick 12 on a quarterback, I don't think should be ruled out if you would really, really like a guy, because after this season starts, once this next season is underway, I think the end of the Dak era could come at any time if you could have a potential successor in the building.
Yeah. I mean, with the status of the injuries and stuff and the way they've piled up, there's no question that is going to be something that's talked about over the course of this contract, and it could happen as early as next season at some point. So I think it's tough because you did give him that contract, so you'd probably rather try and do your best to use the assets you have to build around him as best you can.
Yeah.
And then when it all falls out, then okay, fine. Now we'll go pick somebody, and we're not having to, hey, we got a quarterback at 12. We think we like him, but 11 teams passed on him.
Yeah.
We're getting a guy in the top 5 that we feel like is a surefire beast from a prospect standpoint.
I agree with everything you said right there. It's going to be so interesting where it goes because I think there's a wide range of Prescott's performance here in 2025.
Definitely.
Could he still play like an all-pro? Could he be top 5 in MVP voting? I see that.
Yeah.
Could he also have lost enough athleticism that his options have no credibility? Has he lost his escapability and scrambleability that early on in his career was his ticket into starting? Can he do any of that anymore? I don't think so. Yeah. And then, so how does Dak do if he's totally stationary, I think is what it comes down to. And are we headed for that here at 32 years old with his injury history?
Yeah, I definitely feel like, though, that if you do like one of these quarterbacks, and especially, if you could talk yourself into somehow you get your 4 back or you do get that extra pick, if that extra pick is somewhere in the 3rd, 4th round, I'm totally okay with going and getting a quarterback with that extra pick. Instead of trying to sit there and say, I'm going to wait around for a 5th round guy. If one of those guys like Howard is on the board or Shuck, I need to see Shuck, but it seems like to me he's got a lot of momentum for a guy maybe being in the top, maybe 3rd, 4th round type of a player. So I
get Milroe.
Yeah, Milroe. I wouldn't exactly. I would not be objective to if you get that extra pick to find a way to parlay that into maybe your quarterback.